Hello everyone, Keir Smith here, back with another video, and for today's video we're going to be looking at my top 5 favourite Syd Barrett solo songs, and to keep things interesting I'll list them from my least favourite, number 5, down to my favourite, number 1. This should be good. Syd Barrett's star shone bright, leading Pink Floyd through those early days and writing brilliant hit singles for the band such as See Emily Play and Arnold Lane. And of course his songwriting, his singing and his innovative guitar style is the main reason why Pink Floyd became an overnight success and why we now regard The Piper at the Gates of Dawn one of the great debut albums. But by the time Pink Floyd released their second album, A Saucer Full of Secrets, in 1968, Syd was all but a bit part player, playing on only 3 of the songs on the album and singing only one, the brilliant Jug Band Blues. But as we know, sadly Syd got lost under the bright lights of psychedelia and the murky world of hallucinogenic drugs. And as we know, Pink Floyd moved on without Syd, but Syd did return, releasing 2 solo albums in 1970, the first being The Madcap Laughs and the second one simply called Barrett. And the songs I'm going to talk about today are taken from those 2 aforementioned solo albums, but they're a far cry from the psychedelic masterpieces he was producing with Pink Floyd. I always imagined that these songs are Syd sat in a lonely room somewhere, quietly singing to himself. But let me tell you, these songs are no less great. And with that said, I'll now take you through my top 5 favourite solo Syd Barrett songs from least favourite to favourite. At number 5, I'm going to go with Wined and Dined from Syd's second solo album. And this has a really good jangly guitar motif that provides the main hook for the song, as well as an interesting chord progression. And the lyrics are slight, mere fragments really, as Syd remembers lovers past. Wined and dined, oh it seemed just like a dream. Girl was so kind of love I'd never seen. But what's really cool about this song is that crying guitar sound that Syd makes that you hear buried in the mix. And I really like Richard Wright's slow purring organ too. And what's also great about this song, and this can be said for all of the songs that I'm going to mention, is how Syd can make something so simple sound so wonderful. At number 4, I've gone with Dominoes, which is also taken from the Barrett album. And again, this is very simple and unassuming. It plods along. And I'm a big fan of Syd's writing and his wordplay, and for me, there's something very pleasing about these lyrics. It's an idea, someday, in my tears, my dreams. Fireworks and heat, someday. Hold a shell, a stick, or play. Overheard a lark today, losing when my mind's astray. You and I and dominoes, the day goes by. He sounds either really bored or happily content. And drummer Jerry Shirley said that Syd couldn't get the lead guitar part right, but when the backing track was played backwards, Syd heard that and then he played the backwards guitar part perfectly well, which is very Syd, I guess. At number 3 is Effervescing Elephant, which is again taken from the Barrett album, and this is such fun. I love this song so much. The way Syd strings the words together, it's so childlike, playful and completely endearing. We hear the sound of chirping crickets, and that's followed by an odd but rather amusing trombone part in the intro. And then Syd comes in full of life with this jaunty acoustic strum and tells us this childlike story about an effervescing elephant who has a cautionary tale for the smaller animals in the big bad jungle. An effervescing elephant with tiny eyes and great big trunk once whispered to the tiny ear, the ear of one inferior, that by next June he'd die. Oh yeah, because the tiger would roam. The little one said, oh my goodness, I must stay at home. And the message was spread to the zebra, the mongoose and the dirty hippopotamus. And in the end, the tiger actually ends up eating the elephant. And this delightful song is all wrapped up in less than 2 minutes. So funny, so charming and endearing.
And every time I hear a growl, I know the tiger's on the prowl and I'll be really safe.
At number 2 is Golden Hair, taken from Syd's first solo album, The Madcap Laughs. Blending a poem by James Joyce with this oh so subtle arrangement proved to be an absolute masterstroke. the beauty of those softly played acoustic chords coupled with those ascending cymbal splashes creates this wonderful but desolate atmosphere. Lean out of your window, golden hair. I heard you singing in the midnight air. My book is closed, I read no more. And Syd's vocal that follows the melody of the guitar is so haunting. It's short, it's sweet and evocative. I think it's beautiful.
Lean out your window.
But my number one, my favourite Syd Barrett solo song has always been Dark Globe, also taken from the Madcap Laughs. This is so great, and yet it's so simple. It's Syd strumming these easy chords on an acoustic guitar, but the lyrics are fascinating. Admittedly, they are a bit out there because Syd wrote these abstract lyrics that don't seem to make any sense, but somehow they do make sense. And oh, how I love that part when he sings, "Please lift a hand, I'm only a person whose armband's beads on his hands hang tall." And I believe that there was a part of Syd that knew what was happening to him. He knew he was slipping away, and his songs, and this one in particular, is him struggling to express how he felt. And how about this for a line? "I tattooed my brain all the way." That is brilliant. I find this song very moving, and it triggers a lot of little things in me that I find hard to describe myself. And what moves me even further is what sounds like a desperate cry in that final line when Syd sings, "Won't you miss me? Wouldn't you miss me at all?" in that completely off-key and out of tune singing. There's definitely some deep-rooted feelings pouring out there, no doubt about it. I think it's the sound of a guy losing his marbles. I really do, but what a fascinating piece of writing and a great song.
I tattooed my brain all the way.
So they were my top 5 Syd Barrett solo songs, and a quick recap of those songs. At number 5 I chose Wined and Dined, at number 4 was Dominoes, number 3 was Effervescing Elephant, at number 2 was Golden Hair, and number 1 was Dark Globe. So 2 albums with Pink Floyd and 2 solo albums. Syd most definitely wore out his welcome with random precision. He was crazy, or he drove himself crazy, but undoubtedly he was a real diamond, and I love him. But over to you. What are your favourite Syd Barrett solo songs? Please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for my next video sometime soon. Bye for now.